we're going to next go through our keynote speakers, Miss Elizabeth Lawton, and she is a holistic health coach. She is going to start us off, and I will leave you in good hands with Miss Elizabeth.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm kind of smiling after I listened to what was just said, because I did not decide what I was going to talk about today until actually about noon. And you're going to chuckle when you hear what came out, okay? So I am going to be doing a meditation towards the end, so if you're eating or anything you might want to prepare, put your things aside, okay? So I'm going to ask the question. Did you know that 5%, that is 5 cents of every dollar that is spent on health care in the United States is on prevention? Isn't that interesting? Kind of on mind, little chill up, you know. So as a show of hands, how many people today believe that a mammogram is a preventive measure? Raise a hand, raise a hand. Okay. And how many people believe that it's corrective?
That it is
A corrective measure. Are you preventing or are you correcting when you're doing a mammogram? Okay, and the rest of you, I didn't see your hands, so are we like correcting? So are we a little bit unsure about that? A little bit? Okay, that's all right. It's okay, it's okay. See, well, your answer is going to really depend on what you do after you get the results. Okay, so again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Elizabeth Lawton. I am a holistic health coach, a health counselor, and I provide health counseling. Now, health coaching is a relatively new field that's emerging. It's really only about 20 years old, and in the life of any career, 20 years is not really a lot of time. So there's a lot of questioning about what exactly is a person doing when they're health coaching. And there's many flavors of health coaching. In some circles, it's called integrated nutrition, where nutrition is really not the traditional way that we view nutrition. It's really a holistic approach on everything that nourishes our life and gives us and keeps us well and whole. And in other circles, a health coach facilitates what is being called integrated medicine or functional medicine. Now, in integrated medicine or functional medicine, what we're doing is we're taking practices from the West and we're integrating them and we're using modalities from the East. So we have an integration of what's happening in it. And you know, this approach is pretty well respected in America today. So centers like the Scripps Center, Duke Medical School, a lot of doctors programs now that teaching doctors are integrating with these two forms of care. And the Mayo Clinic also is one of the groups that use that. It's very, very, very proven and effective with regard to chronic illness. And many complementary modalities like Reiki and some of those other things are being used in cancer treatment also. So it's not really something new. I just think it's not something that people really understand that that's happening. Okay, so I say the words healing and I say the words curing, but they're actually kind of different. And it depends on how you use it in the context. I'm going to kind of elaborate on that a little bit. So essentially, there's not a question, this is not a question of whether it's a right or wrong situation and what you're doing and what you're using. It's really more important for you to understand that even though you get clean and all your tests and your measures say that you're okay, and you might even stabilize your blood pressure and those type of indicators, but just because you're curing the symptoms, that does not necessarily mean that you're healing the disease or that the dis-ease goes away. And that's really, really an important distinction to know. So, it's never just one thing that makes a person sick. It's always a combination of many things that makes a person sick. So with my clients, we take a look at all aspects of their life and how they live their life, including, of course, the physical things about their life. So we discover together what will work for them and what will not work for them. Because even though we have many things, many similarities, essentially we're pretty different. our fingerprints is just one of those things, which were different. Okay, so I work to discover how far a person has reached in the disease state. And there's actually I'm going to say the word wrong, I'm sure the doctor can help me, epidemiology, I said it wrong, of where you are in your disease cycle. And so I work with people to figure out what that is. Again, understanding the test results and why you eat, how you eat it, when you eat it, those are important things. Physical exercise are important things. But guess what? Your emotional and your mental state, very important. They matter a lot. They really do. The relationships that you cultivate in your life, those matter a lot in your life. Your home environment, your world environment, your career choices, your belief system, and your spiritual values. All of these things matter. So discovering how to balance all of these in the aspects of your life is really critical to your healing and to your well-being overall. So, the mind-body-spirit connection, which is what I work with, is very key to healing. Got a question for you. So did you know that the Latin root of the word spirit, spiritus, actually means to breathe? So, when we're saying mind, body, spirit, we're actually saying mind, body, breathe. When God created man, he breathed life. Yes. So breathing is the breath of life. Dr. Andrew Weil happens to be one of the more prominent leaders in the field of integrated medicine. And he teaches that the breath is the bridge between consciousness and unconscious states of being. Consciousness, awareness, comes from coordinating our breath of life, our spirit, with our minds and our bodies. Awareness is key to healing. The simplest way to practice awareness is to focus on your breath. Through our breath, we can manipulate our emotional and our physical states. Now, when you first get started, you might think, oh my God, it'll take a while to get there. And Dr. Weil himself, I think, teaches 35 different ways to breathe. And there's way more ways to breathe than that. And you probably thought it was just going in and out, not holding breath. Right? Okay. So, it's also the simplest form of meditation. And there's all these ways that people are showing you how to meditate. Visualize, do this, when really all you have to do is focus in on how you're breathing. Very important. So how many of you in here have ever meditated? Got a few of you. But it's not uncommon for me to be in a group of people who have never meditated before and have no idea about what meditation is. And so what I try to explain to people is, if prayer is speaking to God, you speaking to God and submitting your requests and your self-improvement, but meditation is actually sitting still and listening for the answer. And in order to listen, to hear that answer, you have to calm your mind and your body in the stillness through your breath. And you have to synchronize those movements so you can actually hear the voice of God. And we all know that that's a tiny thing. So we have to be very still. Okay, so I told you that we would do a meditation, very simple meditation. And so what I'd like you to do right now is sit in your chair, just sit up, have both your feet on the ground. I want you to roll your shoulders back and breathe so you can feel your shoulder blades down the back, and that you're sitting up straight. And the functional reason for that is you're asking your brain and your spinal cord to communicate through the rest of your body, the peripheral nerves, which is the mind-body connection, by the way, through your meditation. So I'd like you to close your eyes now. Okay, you can have your hands either on your laps or up or down, doesn't matter. If some people are used to meditating and they understand from the Eastern mudras, you can do that, whatever is comfortable for you. Sit calmly, just eyes closed. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose, and when you When you exhale, on the exhale, I want you to exhale through your mouth and let all the air out of your mouth. So deep inhale, exhale. Get all that air out. Inhale again. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. Now try to focus in on your breath. It's hard to do when your eyes are open because you're going to be distracted by everything else that's around you. Now I'm going to count to 4 and I want you to breathe into 4 and I want you to breathe out to 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Now just continue at your own pace, breathing, focusing on your breath, feeling the calm. Now just on your next breath, on your exhale, just extend your exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. So if you want to inhale to 4 and exhale to 5. Focus on your breath. Now I want you to ask yourself this question and not think about the answer, just kind of let the answer come to you in the form of a picture or anything else. Breathe. In this moment, what am I grateful for? Just allow that image to emerge. Feel how that feels in your body as opposed to your mind thinking about what you're grateful for. Now just set that image aside. Ask yourself one more time, in this moment, what am I grateful for? The litmus test of self-realization is a constant state of gratitude. If gratitude is not something you look for or find, it comes from another direction and it takes you completely over. It is so vast that it cannot be dimmed or overlaid. The short version would be mind in love with itself. It's the total acceptance and consumption of itself reflected back at the same moment in the central place that is like fusion. When you live your life from that place of gratitude, you have come home. So gently open your eyes, come back into the room. Thank you. It's my deepest gratitude and sincerest joy to be here with you today. And I hope you enjoy the rest of